Hey there, welcome back to our Be Encouraged Moments, Jan and Larissa. I am so excited because this week is going to be December, yay! And then we're into Christmas, my favorite time of year, her second favorite time of year.
That is not entirely true.
It's very true. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about our adult children. So if you don't have adult children, just hang on because you might have a few tips for later. My sister came out to visit me a couple of months ago, and we talked about adult children and how sometimes they can be more tiring and hard on our hearts. So let's take a step back for a minute. We have the young children who are in our homes. They're in our homes. We can correct them as parents. We can hug them when they're sad. We can kiss their boo-boos when they fall down. We can just make things better. That's what moms do. We take care of the young. And it's hard, and it takes a lot out of us. But then when the children grow up and they leave the home, they have their own lives, sometimes that's harder. And what I mean is that you can talk with them, but you cannot talk to them. You know what I'm saying? So we could have the tendency to drive them further away, and they're going to think that they're right, we're wrong. You know, we're adding pressure to them, so we're driving them away. So sometimes all we have to do is let God deal with them. Well, how do we do that? How do we let God deal with our adult children, and how do we handle it as moms? So these are just a few things that I have found to be true, and you can add to this list too, whatever works in your hearts. But first of all, we have to let go of the ropes. It's like you're in a boat and you've got the rope to a little boat, a buoy, whatever. And sometimes the rough waves, you've just got to let go and let your boat go to safety. Does that make sense?
It does.
I don't know if that really fits, but you know what I mean. So sometimes you have to let that go. Talk with them, like I said, not to them. That's so hard.
It is.
But you talk to the Lord. You pray, endlessly pray for them, because we can't change them. Only God can at this point. You brought them up in the best way you could, and now you have to release them and let them go. Don't get in the middle of their stuff unless God says get in the middle of their stuff and pull them back, or but I think the big thing is just love them. Continue to let your adult children know, I'm mom, I'm always here, you can always come and talk with me, I love you to the moon and back, kind of thing. And that will never ever change. And then the hardest part is just to wait and wait
and wait some more.
And wait for God to reveal his plans, and he will once we release them. So a little story here, and it's not about adult children, but it's about waiting and releasing. When Tim and I got married, my husband and I, Brandon was so excited because he could get a dad that really cared about him. And then it was difficult. That blended family, it just didn't work the way we thought it was going to work. And I tried to make it work. And I just got in the middle of things and made it worse. And so what I had to do is release Brandon and Tim to the Lord and say, I can't do this anymore. It's frustrating to me. It hurts my heart. I can't make it happen. But I know, God, you can. So I'm just giving them to you, and please take care of this. And it was probably about 2 years, and God did intervene. He made something beautiful out of their relationship. And to this day, people that knew Brandon and knows Tim, they really thought that Brandon was Tim's biological son. And they were so close. And when I say that he wasn't, they're like dumbfounded. But that was what God did. He made things better in his time, but I had to wait, the hard part. So once these steps, and I won't say they're easy, once these steps are in place, I just want you to see, because you're going to have a smile on your face at the end, and I want you to see the peace that God fills in your heart, because the waiting time could be, I don't know how long that will be, but he's asked us to love them, to pray for them, to wait, and to let go, and truly let go, and let God take care of that. And God's peace will fill you out of nowhere. The scripture says peace that passes all understanding. Well, that's it right there. You shouldn't have peace, but you do, because that's the God thing. Proverbs 22:6 says, train up a child in the way he should go. When he is old, he will not depart from it. And I encourage you to memorize that scripture and to keep it near and dear. If you have adult children, keep saying that over and over and over again. You've trained up this child, and even if things were not the best when the child was young, God still knows that, and God still is training. So we do our best, and we train up that child in the way he should go, in the ways of the Lord, to do good, to be kind to others, to know where to go when things are tough, and how to pray. And then when he's old, he will not, or she will not, depart from that training. God is faithful, and he's just, and he will answer your prayers. So be encouraged. Let go of that rope that ties you and your adult child together. God's got this. He really does. And he wants us to understand that he does love your adult children more than you can even imagine, more than you can love them, which it's like impossible, but with God, he does love them. Allow God's peace to fill your heart. Thank you, as always, for joining us for our Be Encouraged moments.